We got being a nice guy. Now, where do I begin on this? Especially in 2026, sending that first text, good morning, beautiful, screenshot sent to the friend zone, getting laughed at in a group chat. It's tough.
Or even perceived as the nice guy has gotta be one of the bottom 3 worst experiences of all time. And I ain't talking you gotta be an asshole or can't be a decent human being, but nothing good ever came to the nigga who was too nice. Like, this shit is so bad, they should just start using it for sentencing during court cases.
Hey, everyone shut up. Court's in session. As the defendant here has been proven guilty, I hereby sentence you to 30 years of serving as the nice guy.
When I was a kid and was just chasing a woman for some reason, like I'm talking it could be a TV show, a skit, or even a fucking movie, and it wouldn't take long before you start seeing a nigga genuinely losing his mind over a girl on the screen. And for some reason the girl just never cared. Like, she would legit just look at the guy with nothing but annoyance in her face, or look at him like he was insufferable to be around. I'm talking, this type of shit was so...
Now, not trying to put anybody on blast, but if you're watching the video this far on YouTube, drop down and below if you know somebody like this in the comments.
common, it became textbook at a point. Naruto wanted Sakura and just couldn't get her. Tom wanted Toodles. Timmy wanted Trixie. The list goes on and on.
I do remember that episode when I think like Timmy became like a bad boy, and he finally bagged her, and she really wasn't all that, and then or it was like a love spell or something. I can't remember.
So you can just imagine what's going through a
Beast Boy and that one girl.
little kid's head when he constantly sees his favorite character chasing the same girl throughout the show. And the worst part about the whole thing, she wanted absolutely nothing to do with him every single damn time, but he just won't stop chasing. Oh my god. Now obviously this ain't the only factor during your developing years that will shape how you perceive and overall treat women once you get older. There's tons of different factors like household upbringings, cultural norms, even social environments. Until you start to realize these social dynamics within these environments were always around you the entire fucking time. By the time I reached 2nd grade, I remember my teacher telling us to begin lining up at the front door so we can head down to the library. You know, I was in elementary school, niggas gotta line up behind each other to go places. I don't know why this was the thing, but it was the thing. And before she could even finish telling us to line up at the door, for some weird reason, my dumbass at the time thought it'd be a good idea to just stand up and blurt out,
Ladies first.
my 7-year-old self must have thought it would have gotten me more bitches. It didn't. But what it did get me was a star next to my name on the goodie list and the validation from my teacher telling me I did the right thing. Or in other words, the reaffirming of my beliefs.
It's crazy because like the world will try to make it seem like being the nice guy is a good is the good counterfeit of what to do. Whole time you just setting yourself bad. And you're not gonna find out until like you get your heart broken. Through those ages of 12 through like 16 or something, whatever.
And I don't even know where I got those beliefs. It was also around this age where if you were to ever go back and forth or be bullshitting with a girl in your class or let alone grade, it wouldn't take long until you get slapped in the face with liking her or having a crush by your teacher. Which at this age was the equivalent of being sentenced to prison because you finna be eviscerated or teased every time you step foot into that school for the remainder of the year. But for some reason it was rarely ever the other way around. It seemed like teachers would always position it in a way where it was only ever the dudes liking or even chasing certain girls. But to be fair, at this age a majority of my teachers were also women themselves, so I'm not really surprised at all. Elementary school eventually comes to an end in which it's now time to begin high school, and immediately upon stepping foot into those hallways,
Ooh wee. Ooh wee.
you now have to unplug 95% of the shit your brain's been wired with because some of these bitches just started trifling. There's a reason why it's always this age in every nigga's life where they run into that one girl who absolutely warps their perception of dating or love, causing them to have to sit down with themselves and begin to move accordingly. But despite all of this, the social dynamics were still there. They never left. By the time I reached 11th grade, I had enrolled in a communications technology course. One of my homegirls at the time had also enrolled in the same course, resulting in us being in the same class. Now, me and this girl's dynamic was mad playful, to a point where the entire school genuinely thought we were dating. So much so that some teachers thought so as well, and one actually tried putting me on some game.
Oh my gosh, David, stop. I'm trying to do my work.
But I ain't even doing anything, bro. I think your keyboard's tweaking. Yo.
Seems like you guys are having a lot of fun back here, huh?
Oh, my computer program was glitching out. You know what I'm saying? I was just, it just
What does this have to do with being a nice guy? But I guess I'll sit back and watch and
wasn't loading.
Oh, really? So then, how's that assignment coming,
It's coming. It's coming. Matter of fact, actually, it's almost done.
All right, if you say so. Moving forward, though, let's just try to stay focused, okay? And I noticed earlier Brittany had asked you to tie her shoe for her.
Yeah, she did. I don't even know why she did that. I'm not doing all that.
Hey, listen. I was once your age too, you know what I'm saying? A young bull having fun, running around with other girls. They used
young bull. I just had to. I had
to
to.
call me the Slayer back in the day. Fun fact. But hey, I'm just saying. Happy wife, happy life.
What the fuck? I was 16 having teachers talking about some happy wife, happy life. And it's like, we skipped a few steps. Dog, I ain't even have a girlfriend yet. And now that I'm looking back at it, it's so interesting how this line is not only being displayed to me as the norm from such a young age, but it also is heavily fixating on one specific member within the party. We all know when it comes to relationships, you need both parties. It takes two to tango. You can't have the yin without the yang. But for some reason, we fixate on happy wife, happy life, instead of happy spouse, happy house. Crazy. If you fail to unlearn or at the very least recognize the nonsense behind being overly nice or
Man, the humiliation ritual. This can get bad. I seen people go out sad. I may have went out sad. Humiliation ritual. It's a lot of people, girls to be specific. Let me not code it and say people who will have you out here looking like a goofy, like when things are said and done. Like I know somebody right now who's looking like a goofy because of a girl. And he's losing some of his close homeboys because of a girl trying to make him look like a goofy. It's crazy.
constantly pedestalizing women for absolutely no reason, you will inevitably end up in some very scary scenarios you absolutely do not want to find yourself in. The year is now 2026, in which being the nice guy gets you absolutely nowhere but fucking dogged, taken advantage of, mistreated, embarrassed. I could keep going. Sometimes these situations be so crazy, you almost forget you're not the one it's actually happening to.
How old are you?
26.
22. How long you been together?
2 years.
If she gave you a guilt-free pass to sleep with anybody, would you take it?
No, sir. You might get
Okay, he's a good man. He's a good man, even though he's probably lying, but
one pass, but at the end of the day, you want one wife. And this is the wife I want. So no.
Now, what about you if he gave you one?
If you gave me a guilt treat pass, I would take it.
oh. All right.
What? I beg your...
I don't really know what to say about this. Just be careful. I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm gonna need a minute to think about that.
Pardon? So you're telling me this nigga right here is telling himself he shouldn't need to use his guilt-free pass because he only wants one wife. In other words, it's not worth it. But his girl wouldn't do the same thing. He goes on to say that's crazy 3 times. Somehow he's still fucking holding on to her. And his girl says sorry like she even knows she's doing wrong. Oh my god. She ends up mentioning the dude's name she would cheat on him with off the top of her head so smooth.
Lindy Waters III?
You would have...
Is that a bench player? Cause I never seen him
thought she actually knew him
on the Oklahoma Shitty Thunder. I've never seen him.
in real life. Whole time he's an NBA player. 10 seconds later, she drops another nigga's name. This time he's a football player. She ends up convincing herself that one of them would in fact get with her, or maybe they're already in her DMs, who knows. And then this dude says it's whatever. I don't think it could get any worse.
Man, it is not whatever. If you don't detach your arm away from her, turn your face around, and get on out of there.
Like, you're literally one step away from sitting in this damn chair actually watching them. In just a 1-minute clip, we just witnessed a man's girl admit to being fine cheating on him, laugh in his face, name not one but 2 dudes she would get with right in front of him, confess her love for another man that doesn't even know
And it's crazy because I ain't never heard of neither one of them. I ain't heard of no Stanford football player and that dude on the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Know she exists, state why they're better than him, convince herself one of them would actually go for her, and the worst part is this nigga's trying to tell himself he doesn't care. Ref, dudes, you know what? I've seen enough. I'm coming up myself. And the situation will only ever play out one of two ways. One, he shows even the littlest amount of self-respect and leaves. Two, he stays. And it only gets worse from there. Because you can't control the actions of your girl or even anyone's actions in that regard. But what you can control is how you respond. So fellas, if you ever find yourself in a situation where the girl you're with is continuously displaying ridiculous behavior, do yourself a favor and leave. Not too long ago, well-known comedian Akash Singh was trending on the internet and constantly being called a simp or a nice guy because of what was going on with his wife. They ended up saving face by acting a fool and straight up downplaying what she had said in those videos. And I mean, I can't even blame them for doing that because the shit she was saying was straight up ridiculous, bruh.
I was popping my and living my best life.
And it's kind of weird because I'm talking about your husband. I just know that Naz is like at least 10 inches.
You what?
That was sexy, and that's why I'm actively trying to have an orgy.
You'll see dudes not only writing to themselves in some random bitch's DMs, but some
What? What did we just watch?
somehow also find ways to embarrass themselves on top of the fact.
How are you feeling, cutie? Arrest me, officer. Hey, fight shit. Leans on balcony, then falls. Get it? Cause I fell for you. Whoa! Holy Riz chat.
Oh, bro. This guy stinks!
There's so many problems that exist once you enter this nice guy territory that I don't even know where to start. The first one, not only are these niggas compromising their character for some girl's validation, which is already a problem on its own, but they're also messing up the game for everyone else around them. Guess who now has to resume the game from where they left off because they decided to raise her ego through the damn roof? The second one, you'll be overcompensating.
Yes, and then they start getting like, why am I seeing 7 out of 10s thinking they like 10 out of 10? Let's knock your life points back down. Ding, ding, ding. Shoot, and keep them there. You telling her she's that beautiful and she's a decent chick is like ding, bringing her stuff up here. You know what I'm saying? No offense to anybody or nothing like that. I'm just joking, of course.
On something that these bitches don't even want themselves.
Am I the only girl that struggle with like super nice guys?
Starshine.
Like, I don't.
There's a reason why it's become so common to constantly hear girls drop the Hall of Fame line, "He was too nice."
Girl, whatever happened to Jason? Girl, he was sweet and such a good guy, but he was just too nice.
Which sounds like it makes sense until your ass is Jason sitting in a dark room, alone with nothing but your thoughts trying to understand why that's even a problem. Getting dubbed ain't even that bad until you find out the reason behind it was because she thought you were too nice. So if some chick ever stops messing with me, and I find out it's because I was too nice, ref, just take me out the game already and bury me alive, cause otherwise I'm just a dead man walking. The third one, sometimes it really be your own niggas going through this shit because they don't want to help themselves. So you can't help them either. And that's gotta be one of the worst things to witness as a dude roaming this very earth. Like I'm talking, you're watching one of your boys just get straight dogged or played by a girl and you can't even intervene and do nothing because he's just so lost in the sauce. And that shit is just terrible. But I mean, shit. A wise man once said nice guys finish last and that's why he'll treat her like trash. So I guess the game really never changes for real. All in all, being the nice guy or even considered the nice guy has gotta be one of the worst experiences of all time. If you're actually this guy himself, you just end up being humiliated, used, embarrassed. If you're not this guy, these types of dudes still mess everything up. Blah, blah, blah. Nothing good ever came with being overly nice. I mean, you tell me, have you ever been or was considered the nice guy and had to quickly learn otherwise? Or is being a nice guy really not that bad? You just gotta find the right one.
I don't know.
Cut this shit off again, man. I'm starting to sound crazy again, bruh.
Kiss that.
Anyway, if you like that video, comment, subscribe, and share. Tell everybody in your mans, your everybody family about me. And we out.